How's it going, everyone? Today we're going to be doing another trade recap. Today was one of those really analytical days that you kind of need to be patient with what you're doing. This is the trade setup. I was just doing a little recap. I was breaking it down on paper trading just to show how people could do it. So I'm going to break it down for you. So let's get started. Let's go on the 4 hour. All right, in terms of high time frame on the 4 hour, I will say we are bullish. We're making higher highs and higher lows. However, we do have solid DOL below us with stacked equal lows, intermediate lows within 4 hour gaps that I'd like to see get taken out before we make this high time frame move up to the upside and take out all time highs. On the hourly, you can see it a little bit better. We have these equal lows here. We have equal lows here. We have intermediate low within the 4 hour gap. And then above us, we have this unfilled hourly. Like I said, like I would see, what I wanted to see was these draws on liquidity get taken out in order for us to push higher and give us that liquidity necessary to make that push. On the 15 minute, what ended up happening was we opened up a 15-minute gap on both pairs. We opened up a 15-minute gap. What I'd like to see off market open was an open low close high move, but that ended up not happening. What ended up happening is there was an open high low close move, meaning off market open we went up instead of going down. Ideally, what I'd like to see is off market open us take out this low here, take out this low here, take out this low here, tap into this 4 hour again, and then make that move higher, taking out this LRL, tapping into this hourly, and taking out all time highs. But that didn't end up happening, so we have to adapt. And I'm going to break down how we adapted. So, like I said, we tapped into the 15-minute and we tapped into a 5 minute. So now this is when the if this then that narrative comes into play. If we are bullish, what I'd like to see is this 15-minute and this 5 minute get inversed and we just continue running up higher, maybe getting a 5 minute continuation long to all-time highs or to this hourly gap. If we are bearish, what I'd like to see is us respect this 15 and this 5 minute gap through an AMD model on the lower time frame with a 1 minute, 2 minute, or 3 minute inverse where we target this unfilled 5 minute or this low down here. So the bearish narrative ended up winning, and what happened was we tap into the 5 in the 15, right? And we are in CE of this 15-minute fair rally gap now. We accumulate, we manipulate, and then we distribute on the 2 minute time frame. Now, that being said, when we are on the lower time frame, right? That's not going to determine the entire move of the market, right? That's not gonna say, oh, the entire market shifted, we're going to be bearish now. Let's run it out a little bit. I'll show you what happens after this 5 minute gets taken out. We end up not even taking out this low, and we just continue to chop around, chop around, chop around, like you can see now, and we ended up going back up anyways. But that's just being said. These smaller time frame AMDs are just a confirmation that this if this then that bearish narrative is going to play out. If we are going to be bearish, we're going to regardless are going to have to tap into this 5 minute at the very least. That's the low hanging fruit. For me, being a little overzealous is if I were to try to target this long, because look what would have happening. We would have been like a fucking tick away from taking it out, and I would have been pissed. So you got to take into account, yeah, higher time frame is bullish, but if I am going to take a short, I'm going to have to take the low hanging fruit, right? I'm not going to be able to sit in this trade super long because high time frame is bullish. This is just a lower time frame AMD setup that's going to confirm that this 5 minute retracement is going to happen. That's low hanging fruit, and that's kind of what I banked on today. So if you took this trade, that's great. There's several confluences that line up with this. We tapped in the 5 minute, tap into the 15 minute. We have a bearish SMT off of this intermediate high. We have a low time frame AMD setup. We get I believe it was a 1 minute inverse. Yep, 1 minute inverse to the downside here with an unfilled 5 minute below. That's a really solid setup. I'd say it's A plus, or not A plus. I'd say it's an A. If it was an A plus, the high time frame would also be aligning with this bearish narrative, but the high time frame is actually the opposite. It's bullish instead of bearish, but you get the point. Today is one of those days where you got to be patient. Understand that trying to front run gaps, especially at all time highs, is never a good idea. You need to be sitting on your hands and actually waiting for the setups to come to you. Don't chase after them. As soon as you chase after them, that's when you're gonna get fucked. Like this one right here, right? We tap into this 5 minute BPR. We get this inverse here. If you entered short here, you would have just gotten stopped out. See, this is one of those trades where it's like, wait, what the fuck did I do wrong? Okay, what did you do wrong? What happened was already we already were bearish. If we wanted to take out this low, we would have done it already. So why are we shorting again? You know what I mean? Like it would have done it here in this distribution leg, but it didn't. So I don't know, just being patient, understanding that you can't chase the setups, let them come to you. And AMD is the GOAT. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. Going into tomorrow, new mindset, clean slate. So yeah, peace out, y'all.